All we're gonna do now, we're gonna add a little bit onto it with the waist turn. All right, this is just doing a simple kind of warm up now before we get to the meat on pivots. That one more person kind of we'll wait before I go on to that one. But as you see right now, we're already engaged in the legs. So what Bill noticed already, by me telling you to drop the weight into your legs and stop carrying yourself in your back, you really want to feel the legs doing its job. All right, and there's not a problem with that.
I take it just basic squats is a good way to build that up, right?
Yeah, you can do that. You just do this. Because you use your legs to carry you and get used to carrying your weight around.
That's true.
And it's doing its job.
That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Adding additional weight and keeping that form and that structure doesn't matter what kind of exercise you're doing. But if you're doing the proper mechanics, you're employing the same sense of muscle. You may increase the ability to support yourself a little bit faster with the added weight. But you want to also make sure you're doing it in the same principle, the same format that you're trying to develop.
So small hand weights might be okay.
Yeah. You can do squats even, as long as you're tucked on the knees. You know what I mean?
On the knees would say no to that.
Yeah, part of
yes,
it.
part of it. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stay here and somebody call the doctor, right?
That's good.
That's the reason why I don't do it.
Right, exactly. But all these exercises are what I call principle based. That means I'm showing you the body mechanics, how to keep in the proper range, how to maintain your balance, how not to let, like your head tilting up, you have a tendency to more want to pull back when you rise, all right? Head tilted down, you have a more tendency to want to lean forward. So the body mechanics of this and the proper principle of this, keep your eyes basically, as you just did, pointing out on your straight ahead, and you can also see out in your peripheral very well. You know what I mean? You can see both upwards and downwards, so you're maintaining that. But it also helps you keep and maintain a range, because your head will also determine where you're going. And I do a little drill, a little exercise that a lot of folks have seen me do before, where I'll stand, I have someone push me, and I tilt my head in different ways. And where the head is tilted, it kind of determines the force of that push and where my body is trying to go. When I'm kind of level, I kind of skip a little bit, just bounce on the plane. So you want to make that kind of your principle, because what you're doing is trying to maintain like a spring in your leg. I would say, like it was mentioned to me before, like a buoy in the water. You know, in the buoy, you push it down, it springs right back up. You want to find this little balance point and it stays in place. That's what you want to be. You don't want to be stiff in your legs. You don't even want to be rigid like a board. All right, but you want to be solid and stable, but have some versatility. Be able to have some dexterity, to be able to move. Know when something's uncomfortable, whoa, I can bounce right back out of it before you overcommit. When you put too much in it so far with the head, there's no return. So this is just teaching the principle about that, and that goes into other exercises and other practices as well. All right. The next one, very simple one. We're going to add the waist turn. As I always mentioned, the waist is going to simply turn from the center of the body to the knee. All right. You're going to try to limit the engagement of the hip. What I mean by that, you don't want to take the hip and turn it across the body. All right? You want to focus more so on keeping the hips in place and turning from the waist and letting the center turn to that supporting knee, as we call it. Okay? So the turn this way is simply just taking your side, and I always like to make a triangle with my hands. Right? And when I turn, that triangle should basically go right over my knee, if you will. And that's as far as it goes down. If I turn any further, is going past my knee, okay? So that's your range. You can see it's a very small range, especially if you're doing it metronomically. You can see it's not very far at all, okay? So every time we turn, we're turning with that range, okay? So all we're going to do now, whichever side you're turning, or turning from, you extend that hand, okay? So that when I use my waist to go back to the middle, you bring that hand in, just like we did before, where the elbow relaxes, brings it to the chest, and then you push down. And then you turn the opposite side, extend, like you're pointing straight ahead. You draw it in using the elbow, pull it to your chest, and push it down. Turn again. All right, I'm going to include the legs now. As you draw in, push down, just like we did before, squatting your legs. And your hands at both end up on the side of the body, if you will, or on your lap. And then you push up once again, turning the opposite side, using the legs to extend. Use the legs to basically reel the hand in. Push it back down. So don't overturn when you pull the hand down, you end up square, and then you turn. Just turn, middle, turn, middle. middle, extend, bend, extend, bend. Okay? And once you got it, you can increase the pace however you want. Right now, just working until your own pace. Get a rhythm going, get the mechanics going. Do here, not to confuse you, but once you get it, if you want to add pace, it's as simple as that. Increase or decrease as necessary. So the main thing is to stay in principle. I'm going to keep describing it. Your toes should be pointing straight ahead. You should be in your going from a squat back to the natural extension with the back still and the second tucked underneath. Turning the waist from side to side but not engaging the hip. Okay? Don't sway in the hips. You shouldn't go from side to side. Showing the turn and push up from the legs. So again, this is another engagement of the legs. This is going to really focus on what we're going to be doing a little bit later here, or not so much later in a few minutes. Okay? Keep it going. There you go. That's nice. Nice. Good. Push up on those legs. Yeah. Pick it up. There you go. Pull it down a leg. Pick it up. Pull it down. Pick it up. Pull it down. Like I said, when you get used to it, you can increase the pace. You don't have to, but you can. There's not a problem with that. Keep your head going. Let your hands and your eyes look where you're trying to reach. So again, this is another one that we did last time. You're trying to reach out here by turning the waist. Turn the waist a little bit more. Not the hip. There you go. And now use the waist to pull it back. And turn the waist, turn this way to extend. All right? And what you want to do is keep your eyes focused on where your hands are reaching. So it brings your intent into the same place, and it will also limit that range. Yes.
I look at.
Yeah, right, yes. Not bad, not bad. Good rhythm. Nice rhythm. Nice. Good. So try to reach in the middle, but turn your waist more to your side. There you go. Don't turn the hip. Okay, so it'll be here. You're going to do a mirror fashion with that hand here. But don't turn the hip so much. There, and then pull back in. Square. Up. Turn the waist more to your side. There you go. So your center points to the knee. But your hand stays in the middle.
Okay, that's right.
Okay, relax. How was that? Any problem? No? Everybody's good? No problem with coordination? All right, good.